we're looking at a very important topic this morning. First off, we're looking at the Nigerian export market, the prospects, the challenges of Nigerian export market. How far have we gone so far in our export markets? What are we exporting? And what are the means? What are the challenges? These are some of the things we'll be looking at on the show today. On the flip side, we'll also look at the Trump invasion threat and the possible impacts on foreign direct investment. That will be our second discussion today. But looking at the Nigerian exports, let's look at Nigerian export market face challenges, including poor infrastructure like bad roads and insufficient electricity, which increase costs and cause delays. Other key issues are bureaucracy and corruption, supply chain instability, difficulty accessing finance, and a lack of consistent quality and standards in product, which is indeed very, very critical there for us to be able to achieve that. The quality and the standards of what you're exporting must meet what is globally acceptable. And that is one area that Nigeria is still missing out. Let's put some context into this. I'm being joined from Kano State by Director International Export Academy, Export-Import Academy in Kano, Kabiru Suleiman Saje. Good morning, Malam Kabir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good to have you. Talk to us about, you are into exports. Talk to us about, your challenges and some of the prospects that you think we have. Let's highlight that before we go into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for having me today on your business daily news. Export business is quite all right. We have huge challenges, and part of the challenges are bureaucracy. You know, we have different organizations that are taking care of the exports, ranging from the central bank, from the customs service, from the Ministry of Trade, from the NEPC themselves, from the NPA, Nigerian Port Authority, and others. But vis-a-vis, police and other agencies are there also on the roads that daily they collect money from our containers who are traveling from Kano, from Abuja, from Maiduguri, from anywhere in this Nigeria, as far as they are going to Lagos, where we have a port there. By the way, also we have a problem of the exports bank issue and bureaucracy, part of the government. When you go to the test portal, you fill your lines, and when you after filling that one, you also need to go to most of these agencies, NAFDAC, SONS, NAKS, Nigeria, Guaranteed Services. Most of this, they're supposed to be in one platform, whereby as an exporter, when you finish your everything, you are there in your warehouse. As far as you are done with your project, then you are ready to move to Lagos. By the way, after it goes to Lagos, it spends several days, 21 days, sometimes even 30 days there in the port, and you have to be paying for what? Demurrage. And all these are issues. But Nigerian exports, quite all right. We export a different products ranging from hibiscus flower, sesame, and others. And that gives us a leverage. We are not like petroleum, where they only export crude oil and refined and petroleum products. And also, we are not like those who are living in Ondo State, where they export cocoa beans. Mostly in northern Nigeria, we do export commodities. And these commodities, they have their own challenges. Part of the challenge is we are yet to have organic products. Why? Because the government are not actually helping matters. For example, when you look at Kaduna State, where we have ginger in the southern Kaduna, last year, the ginger, the price have increased rapidly from 2 million per ton or 3 million per ton to almost 15 million. And this to show you that definitely there's a problem. Where in Nigeria, you are trying to buy things 50 million per ton. And in the international market, it's not a matter of problems. If the government will not be able to, help the real farmers and help exporters, help the suppliers, the aggregators, control the market and make it visible for everyone, make it reasonable for the international market to buy our product, definitely that's an issue. The same thing when you look at the business of hibiscus flower. In northern Nigeria, quite all right in recent years, 2023, 2024, the main export we have in northern Nigeria it's not more than hibiscus flower and sesame. Recently, also, we have cassia tora. In Hausa, they call it tapasa. We do export it. But this hibiscus flower, we have politicians who actually come to the markets and spoil the market. Why? Because they have huge amount of money and they don't have buyers abroad. They buy the products costly from the suppliers. After buying it, they keep the products. We, the exporters, we do suffer because when in the local market you are buying product at the rate of 1,500, 1,700, 1,800, and the international buyer is pricing the products at the rate of $1,400 or $500 or $700. How will you gain? If you calculate the costs, definitely you're suffering or you're losing. So we have a lot of problems.
Malam Saje, yes, quite a whole lot that you have
Thank you.
highlighted there. But let's look at the process. You are into exports. You also train exporters as well. Talk to us about the process that you have to go through. Do you have people that farm some of these products? Are you serving as like an off-takers for this product and then export them to the market? Give us the idea of the process that you have to go through for you to get all these products for export.
Okay. Number one, you need to have a company. When we say company, we need limited liability company. If you have a limited liability company, which you register with CAC, and in the registrations, in part of your memorandum of articles, you have to include export and import. And especially if you know you are going to export agriculture, you have to include export of agricultural products. Maybe you can even name some of the products. Then after doing that, when you have your own CAC certificate, then you move to the NPC to register. The NPC registration is very, very, very cheap. Just less than actually 13,000 naira. When you register online, it's there online. You can do it yourself. When you register, all you need is to do to go to the portal nepc.gov.ng. You log into the portal, you go to registrations, you will see where to register. And then you to register, you are like create an account. After you create an account, they will ask you to upload your certificates, the certificate of the CAC you have, and also the memorandum of understanding you have. Not all memorandum, maybe the one page where you have is export and import in it. Then you move to upload from CO7. Now it's turned to what's called status of the company, because this changing of the CAC or Comma Act is bringing new changes on the portal. So they will just give you what is called status of the company. You upload it. After you upload it, then they will ask you to send a letter from your own company that you have a meeting as a director of that company and you agree to have an export license. When you upload that export license, export minutes, board meeting, within a short period of time, anything 24 hours, they will respond to you. If you are qualified, you just receive the certificate via that portal and you print it there online. And from there, then you now see what to do. Which product are you to export? For example, if you want to export sesame, what to do is to know where are the products coming from. If you are based in Abuja or you are based in Kano, then we have almost 4 to 5 states where they have sesame. For example, there is sesame in Taraba State, there is sesame in Niger State, we have it in Nasarawa State, we have it in the Kebbi State, and part of Zamfara, they do actually farm it. We have it in Jigawa State. So these states, they all have percentage, number of the percentage to have when you clean the product. For example, you buy 100 kg. After cleaning up the product, the expectation is when you buy the product from Taraba State, you are to get like 70% good products. When you buy it from other states, for example, you can get like 60% product. So those 30% will become waste, or the 40% will become waste. So at that regard, you need to do what? You need to come to go to the market, survey the market, understand what you are buying, and look for experts in the sesame to tell you which states that have better quality, and also you are a buyer because you are an exporter. The expectation is you have someone who needs the product from you. If it is from AU market, he will ask you that he needs certain certificates. Part of this certificate is he needs whether HACCP or he needs ISO. That ISO in their own countries, they need certification that will make sure they are importing very qualitative products. So you also have to need for these certifications to make you export to these countries. Quite what they are very expensive, 1 million, 1.2 something for you to have the ISO certificate.
All right, Mr.
But in this
Saje,
regard, you will have a
Mr.
cluster.
Saje, I need to come
When I
in
mean
now.
cluster is like, I can hear you.
Yeah, I need to come in now. Earlier on, you spoke about the issue of infrastructure and logistics. You talk about the port transportation, the port inefficiency, and all of that. In terms of supply chain, how stable it is?
Currently, I think last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the federal government have talked about being able to, make an arrangement in the port so that they can be able to reduce the number of days where the container will stay in the port. But actually, from Kano here to Lagos, the only challenges we have, the battle road and everything, but we do have containers. Most of these shipping companies, they have their containers in Kano, they have it in Abuja, they have it. Most of the northern states, you can find their containers. And when you load it, the only thing is that you have to reserve another money for you to be paying for the truck's driver to be paying kind of chips, on the roads. This is actually very, very serious issue, especially when it's going to state like Benue State, where sometimes you see guys closing the road, and even in Taraba State. There one time I have almost 2 containers for them to actually move to Lagos. In Taraba State alone, I spent almost 800,000 naira just giving bribe to police officers on the roads. This is a very serious issue because police and soldier, you see different gates. There's something when you go to Benue State. But from Kano here to Lagos, there is kind of leverage. We don't have much of the gates, and actually the officers on the roads are not a kind of, they have a good heart sometimes. You see them allowing the trucks to go without much expenses. But when it's going to the Lagos also, they do waste time because of, these guys that used to close the road and others. We still, the logistics is kind of not, the problem is not that much.
All right.
But it's taking like 1 week sometimes 2 weeks to Lagos.
All right. Mr. Saje, because of time, let's quickly talk about quality control and, of course, issue of packaging as well. We've seen instances where many of our products from Nigeria, like palm oil, are rejected abroad because of, the quality control and, of course, the lack of proper packaging. How can this issue be addressed? Are we working to ensure that the product we export meets international standards?
That's true. That's true. Let me say this. Quite all right, NAFDAC and Son are doing their best. For you to even export when it's come to product like this, which is a processed product, NAFDAC and Son are doing their best. They always have workshops, conferences to highlight exporters that for you to export this certain product, you need NAFDAC number, you need Son. Sometimes, as I said, you need halal. Not only halal, sometimes you need this ISO, you need HACCP, because the receiving countries, they have their own standards. They don't use bad products or bad containers, or even the way you package your product. If they are not good for them, even if the product are good, their main concern, they have to see it very nice, very good, and acceptable. It has to have the full ingredients content in the product. And the label, they have to have expiring date, it have to have production date, it have to have the NAFDAC some registration number and others. Even the container or the packaging you use is very important, and it have to be reasonable to them. Last week, we have a conference here in Kano where the UK business come to Kano and train people on how to package their product to take it to UK. This means Nigerian exporters, they have the leverage, they have the way and means to learn this free of charge. It's not somebody that you have to pay. No, it's only when you come to us, our school, then you have to pay. But these conferences, these workshops that they always do, now they even go to markets, now they go to companies to train your staff how to do it. Do you know? Because they have training on from these various countries, like our own company too. We have training from various institutions in the world. We have partnered with different products, including UK Trade Chartered Institute and Turkey institutions, to do what? To learn what the European needs, to learn what the Chinese people need, to learn what the American market needs. But our people will just actually train themselves. We go online, they will just go online and see what they can do. Then they will just put onto a package. When they take it to the country, they're lost. And when you take your product to America or Mexico, anywhere in the world, if they are not very okay, from the ports, they will stop it there. It will stay for a certain period of time. After that, you lost because the goods will expire there or they will damage. After damaging, you have to pay for damage. After paying for damage, then you are to pay for destroying or pay to relocate them to another port, which is very, very expensive and very heightened to lose huge amount of money like this. So if exporters need to export very well, they need to check the product. They need to understand what that receiving country needs. If you are bringing things to Nigeria, the importer from Nigeria, he knows that he needs some. You know, if it is a food, he needs NAFDAC, and he do this NAFDAC from the pot.
Mr. Saje.
The NAFDAC used to go and check the product. There's something abroad. So substantial products are very bad in wherever you go in the world, and it is only Nigerian man that will export without having the export knowledge, and that is what is killing them actually.
All right, talking about export knowledge, you have an academy that is training exporters. What are the basic knowledge that you are giving them as we wrap up?
Yeah, actually, we teach them from initially you are to register your company yourself. One, we teach them how to register the NEP registration yourself. Secondly, we teach you how to get buyer. We teach you how to label your products, how to clean your products, how to be a supplier on your own first, then how to know where the location, where the source of all the products you are buying, where are they coming from. Then lastly, we teach you for you to export all these portals, NSK portals, trade portal, and all of these export chains. We teach you everything within the export line, and not only to teach you how to do exports, even to become an aggregator, because export is one of the business. There are other things. There are brokers, those who connect the exporters with the buyers abroad. Those who connect the suppliers with the exporters. Those who connect aggregators with the farmers. Those who connect the aggregators with also the suppliers. Then we teach you how you can graduate from farmer to become aggregator. From aggregator, we teach you how you can graduate to become what? Supplier. From supplier, we not teach you how you become exporter. From exporter, if you like, we don't have money to export because it's very expensive. We teach you how you can become what? Broker. You connect somebody who is the buyer in China, or who is the buyer in India, or who is the buyer in US, to a Nigerian seller. When you connect them, you have your own percentage. That is it. So it's a very simple process. We do teach online and we teach offline. If somebody wants to learn online, we can make it very easy for him.
All right. Thank you so much, Director International Export and Import Academy, first of its kind to mention in northern Nigeria, and I'm sure a lot of northerners are indeed interested in learning how to become an exporter and of course importer as well. Thank you so much, Kabiru Suleiman Saje. We appreciate your time all the way from Kano.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.